Well, there are a number of things that could go wrong with the World Cup. The important thing is that all of those risks are managed by insurance professionals. The World Cup is insured for £6.2 billion, and that covers things like a terrorist attack that might shut down the entire thing, which would have impacts on stadia, sponsorship, broadcast, advertising. There are other things as well though. We could see players with career-threatening injuries, and in those instances we've got players that are insured for up to £50 million. I think for fans and the clubs alike, the key thing will be the health and safety of the players on the pitch. We've already seen an injury to Rio Ferdinand. We hope there are no more and nothing more serious. Well, there's been a wealth of strange things to be covered for the World Cup in the past. We had a particular fan who was fearful of mental trauma and stress as a consequence of England going out early. And we've also seen big players, as their brand awareness and their brand equity starts to rise, insuring themselves. David Beckham, for argument's sake, has just upped his own cover from £50 million up to £100 million. Some recent evidence has come to light from Aviva, UK's leading insurance company, that's shown household glass claims have gone up by 22% generally over a World Cup period, and that's primarily through children and dads playing football in the garden and maybe hitting the conservatory or the greenhouse or a back window. Insurers will always want as much information as possible. If we look at the World Cup, there's people's travels plans, where are they travelling from, key things like the weather that can change things, and the local demographics, the risk of crime, risk of terrorism, all of these need to be considered in pricing up the risk by the insurance professionals that are dealing with it. I think the exciting thing with insurance, when you look at the big picture, is that it enables things to happen, and without it we wouldn't travel, we might not go to work, the factory that employs us may not be in business, and for things like the World Cup, clubs might not release their players for threat of injury. So it's a huge background facilitator to making everything happen that we take for granted. Well, the Chartered Insurance Institute has just launched a new campaign designed for school leavers and university graduates alike. It's called Discover Risk, and it can be found at discoverrisk.co.uk. There you can find out lots of information about insurance and the roles and the types of jobs that you can do. And so far 15,000 people have viewed it in just 3 months.